It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good.
I think it's important that we acknowledge that this isn't just Hollywood. This is so much more global, and it's not just, oh, guess what, this is what's happening to women suddenly. This has been happening since the beginning of time, but now people are finally talking about it.
Forget everything you thought you knew about Ryan Reynolds. For months, he's been the center of the storm, the alleged manipulator, the architect of a calculated smear campaign. But now, a shocking twist has emerged, a bombshell revelation that threatens to rewrite the entire narrative. Justin Baldoni's wife has allegedly leaked explosive new footage, exposing Blake Lively's meticulously crafted evil plan and turning everything we thought we knew about this Hollywood power couple completely on its head. So, is Ryan Reynolds just a smokescreen, a carefully constructed distraction designed to conceal the true mastermind lurking in the shadows? The puppet master pulling the strings from behind the scenes? Is Blake Lively the real villain of Hollywood, and has she been playing us all along?
I mean, I internalize that as opportunity. We had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
For too long, we've been laser focused on Ryan Reynolds, dissecting his every move with a fine-toothed comb, scrutinizing his carefully constructed persona, analyzing his motives, and questioning the authenticity of his carefully curated image. We've been obsessed with uncovering the supposed darkness beneath the surface, eager to expose the man behind the curtain and reveal the truth about his alleged manipulations. But what if, in our relentless pursuit of Reynolds, we've been completely and utterly distracted, blinded by a carefully orchestrated diversion that has allowed the true puppet master to operate with impunity, shielded from scrutiny and free to execute her plan without interference? What if Ryan Reynolds was simply a convenient patsy, a carefully chosen scapegoat sacrificed to protect a far more powerful and far more dangerous individual? What if Blake Lively, not Ryan Reynolds, is the one we should have been watching all along?
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
The game-changing moment, the tipping point that has shattered the previous narrative and sent shockwaves rippling throughout Hollywood, reportedly came when Justin Baldoni's wife, whose name is, insert name if available, otherwise omit, in a stunning and completely unexpected move that has blindsided industry insiders and captivated the world, allegedly leaked previously unseen and highly confidential footage, presumably obtained through her close proximity to the situation and her intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the production. This explosive footage purportedly exposes Blake Lively's meticulously crafted evil plan, revealing the intricate details of her alleged scheme to sabotage Justin Baldoni, control the narrative surrounding the asterisk it ends with us asterisk film, and ruthlessly protect her own image at any cost. While the precise and granular contents of this game-changing footage remain shrouded in mystery, fueling rampant speculation and driving countless online theories, the overarching implication is undeniably clear: a thunderclap that has irrevocably altered the course of this entire saga. Blake Lively, not Ryan Reynolds, was the one pulling the strings from the beginning, the driving force behind the alleged smear campaign, the orchestrator of the media manipulation, and the architect of a meticulously calculated plan to crush anyone who dared to stand in her way or challenge her power. How does this earth-shattering revelation change everything we thought we knew? What specific details are contained within this damning footage? What repercussions can we expect to see now that Blake's evil plan has been seemingly exposed to the world? And how will Ryan Reynolds react to this shocking turn of events, this betrayal of trust that has forever altered the landscape of his marriage and his career?
And being frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we need to embrace all of the parts of us that make us human. That's it.
It is.
It's very simple.
Of course, This shocking turn of events raises a crucial and potentially uncomfortable question that must be carefully considered, no matter how cynical or conspiratorial it may seem. Was Justin Baldoni truly the innocent victim he has so convincingly portrayed himself to be throughout this entire ordeal? A well-meaning and talented director caught in the crossfire of a ruthless power struggle between two Hollywood heavyweights? Or was he, perhaps, aware of his wife's actions all along, knowingly complicit in her alleged plan, willingly playing the role of the wronged party in order to garner sympathy, boost his own profile, and ultimately benefit from the chaos and the controversy? It's a deeply cynical thought, one that suggests a level of calculated deception that is almost unfathomable. But it's a possibility that cannot be entirely dismissed, especially given the cutthroat nature of Hollywood and the lengths to which some are willing to go to achieve their goals. Could Justin have known and did nothing, or did he have plans of his own?
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
So assuming that the leaked footage is authentic and that Blake Lively was indeed the mastermind behind this alleged scheme, what, then, was she ultimately trying to achieve? What grand ambition, what driving force, what burning desire motivated her to allegedly embark on such a reckless and potentially self-destructive course of action? Was it simply about protecting her carefully constructed image as a glamorous, talented, and universally beloved actress, preserving her carefully cultivated status as a Hollywood darling, and securing her seemingly unassailable place among the elite? Or was there a far more ambitious, far more complex, and far more unsettling plan at play? A relentless thirst for power, an insatiable desire for complete control over every aspect of her career and her public persona, and a ruthless determination to dominate the Hollywood landscape, crushing anyone who dared to stand in her way, challenge her authority, or threaten her position at the top. What does she have her sights set on? And what's next? And where, in the midst of all this swirling chaos and carefully orchestrated deception, does that leave Ryan Reynolds, the man who has been at the center of this storm for so long, the charming comedian who has long captivated the hearts of millions, the seemingly devoted husband who has always been quick to defend his wife and support her ambitions? Was he simply protecting his wife, loyally and blindly supporting her in what he genuinely believed was a just and necessary cause, unaware of the true extent of her alleged actions and the potential damage they could inflict? Was he an unwitting enabler, passively condoning her behavior through his silence and inaction, allowing her to carry out her plan without interference or restraint? Or was he, as some have long suspected, merely a pawn in her game, a carefully manipulated and expertly controlled figure whose every move was strategically orchestrated by his far more cunning and ambitious wife, a puppet dancing to her tune and blindly following her lead, completely oblivious to the sinister forces at play? Or are they working together?
She said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, I got snot coming out of my nose.
The Ryan Reynolds scandal, now seemingly overshadowed by the shocking emergence of Blake Lively as the alleged mastermind behind this entire operation, serves as a chilling and deeply unsettling reminder that in the often glamorous and endlessly fascinating world of Hollywood, nothing is ever truly as it seems, and that behind the carefully constructed facades, the sparkling smiles, and the flawless public personas lies a complex and often ruthless world of power, unchecked ambition, carefully calculated manipulation, and a willingness to sacrifice anything and anyone in the relentless pursuit of fame, fortune, and control. In an industry built on illusion and deception, it can be nearly impossible to discern the truth from the lies, to separate the authentic from the artificial, and to identify the true architects of the narratives that shape our perceptions and influence our beliefs. The leaking of this footage, if proven to be authentic, will undoubtedly have lasting and far-reaching effects on all those involved, forever altering their careers, their relationships, and their legacies. But will it truly expose the truth behind this complex scandal? Or will it simply serve as another layer of carefully constructed deception, designed to protect those in power and further obscure the truth from the prying eyes of the public? Is Blake Lively the true villain of this story, or is she merely a pawn in a much larger game? A carefully manipulated figure whose actions are being controlled by forces far more powerful and far more sinister than we can possibly imagine. What is next for Ryan Reynolds, a man who has built his entire career on charm and relatability? And how will he navigate this new and treacherous landscape? And what does all of this ultimately tell us about the values, the standards, and the often corrupting influence of power within the entertainment industry? A world where the pursuit of fame and fortune can often justify the most ruthless and morally questionable actions? Is everyone a part of this? Or just the people directly involved? Share your theories and tell us your opinion below. And don't forget to subscribe before it's too late.